Hi students, this is Heather Hammond again. I kind of want to go over activities for the semester. I'm going to have an activity for every chapter that we have. However, students only have to pick 8. I have all the activities already posted, so you could go through, you would find that in files, it has all of them, or you could go through the discussion boards and look at them. But all of them are already there, so you can kind of pick. I do suggest that students do not wait to the very end of the semester to try to do all 8 because they're going to be very stressed out. Our activities are all going to have different versions of what we're doing. So the first one is required to stay enrolled in the class, and it's just about yourself. So I want to get more information about the students so I can kind of help prepare lectures and examples to help everyone where they're at. And then activity 2, you don't have to do, it's up to you. It's a video, it's a really good video, but it's very, very sad. It makes me cry every time. With that one, you're going to be watching a video and you're going to answer the questions that I provide. The key thing to get all the points is to making sure that you're answering all the questions. So this is very similar to like the chapter reflections. You know, you must cite an APA, you need to answer all the questions. And with just like the discussion post with the chapter reflections, you have to put your activities part A already online in the discussion forum before you can see everybody else's. So part B is when you respond to a classmate's activity. So chapter 2 activity or activity number 2 was on a video, so you're going to be responding to classmates. Activity number 3 is very important because you have to do this to stay enrolled in the class. So if you don't do activity 3, I will be dropping students. Why it's important is going to help you with the research paper, so that's why it's very important. I give you 3 articles and you're going to answer the questions on each one. You don't necessarily have to read them, you guys. You're just looking. I'm trying to teach you how to find things quickly, so you don't have to read them. So you would have to respond to the questions I have. Responding to activities are going to be, part A is going to be due on Fridays. You can post after for late points, but I suggest to do it by Friday. And then part B is responding to it, and that's going to be due by Monday nights. So here are the questions in particular that you have to respond to. Make sure you're answering all the questions. Once you guys have finished that one, I'm going to give you a sheet on what the answers were. So I'm going to wait till you're done with that and then post that. And then activity 4 is going to be talking about, perspectives on childbirth. So you're going to answer the questions. It is more kind of similar to like more of a chapter reflection in a sense. So make sure you're answering all the questions, you're citing an APA. And then part B is going to be responding to a classmate, be respectful as usual. And then activity 5 is actually making a handout. So I know students are always asking, like, why does she make us do all these handouts? I make students do handouts because parents need information and they want it quick. Unfortunately, if you, like with my children, I'll read what the teacher's giving me, especially if it's like even a couple pages. However, a lot of parents look at it, they're like, okay, I'm going to read it later, never get to it because it's too long. So a handout is something that you can get information out quickly. You're going to put the most important things in there, the things you want the parents to know. And one of the key things, even as a parent, the more appealing it is, the more likely I'm going to read it. If it's just black and white and kind of all over the place, I'm not going to read it. But if it's really visually appealing, I'm probably going to read it. So with the handouts, I'm going to give you things that you need to address on the handout. I want you to be creative. You need to cite the textbook. You are pulling textbook material. I am going to pull a sample up right now. So for this particular handout, I had students make a handout on physical activity, how to promote physical activity to families. So they could pick anything they wanted and they had to make it visually appealing. This one's really pretty. So it was taking a walk, has all this information, pictures, graphics, very organized. A parent would read this. So the student got full points. I actually gave extra points because it was really nice. So this is kind of a sample. I have that in our samples and files. I even have on the weekly modules to help you with that. Of course, this was on physical activity. It wasn't for what you guys have, but this is to show you kind of what I'm looking for. So once you finish that, you're going to post it. I have step-by-step instruction on how to do a PDF and how to put it on there. And then part B is going to be responding to a classmate. So maybe you're like, wow, that was so impressive. I love all the graphics you use, all the colors you use. It was so creative. That's great stuff. Give me specifics on what you like about it, or maybe you didn't like it, Or maybe you have a difference of opinion. Be respectful, you guys. Always be respectful. We can have different opinions, but be respectful and support your facts. So you do need to cite the textbook or lecture where you're getting this information. And I kind of give you a long list. So either we're doing videos, we're doing questions, a questionnaire, or we're comparing that. Number 3 is special because you need to do it to help with the research paper. And then the rest are mostly handouts. So that is kind of the gist of it to get your points. Part A is 10 points, Part B is 5, Part B is just responding to a classmate. It needs to be about a paragraph in length. You need to cite the textbook to support your facts, your information, and make sure you're just really answering all the questions and getting all the information in the handouts that you possibly can. So hopefully this helps with your guys' activities.